Hello! Howdy doody. Whoa. What's up? Welcome to It's a Long Story, a place where we roll dice, we tell stories, and we create magic. We are here with our lovely crew of the Mongoose variety, the Mongoose Crew. Everybody, take a look at your camera, wave, and say hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Should we, when we get to the new year, should we do like a thing of like finding out what mongoose sound like and do that?
No.
No.
Oh,
Okay.
I refuse.
Oh, we're not workshopping that right now.
Oh, I
Yes,
mean,
we're
if
not.
everyone else wants to workshop it, I'll just withdraw you and
There's
pretend
no
I
time.
am.
Everybody take a look at your camera, wave, and make a mongoose sound.
Meh.
Bah. They sound like
I just did what I
dying goats,
used to
right?
do when I played the flute in school. I pretended and let everyone else make the noise.
Why is that flute player
I
saying
love that
saying
you,
watermelon?
I love that you mimed
I used to pretend. I would press the buttons and I would let everyone else do
to
it.
give us the
Nice.
immersion of like,
Yeah.
you
Mhm.
get it.
You get it. I knew how to
You
hold
fake,
the thing.
You fake played
Yeah.
the flute right now.
For those who have no idea what the heck this is, hi, we're a D&D live stream that runs every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, having 5 parties, living, existing, breathing, for those that do, in the same homebrew world, the wonderful, beautiful world of Astera. So if this is your first, second, third, or umpteenth time watching, welcome! We hope it's good. We hope it's good. Not this, just
We hope you're good.
all of it. Yes. All of it on your side, on our side, on my side. Let's see. No real announcements yet, so I will just continue on with what I normally say. And if you're wanting to support the channel, best way to do so is to like and subscribe where you're watching this, whether that is on YouTube or Twitch. You can also check out down below our social medias, our Instagram and TikToks at It's a Long Story _TTRPG, run by the amazing, the awesome, the K, the K. Their name's K. Thank you, K. Who makes us look good in moments of clips from our favorite funny or dramatic, sometimes serious, sometimes just straight up silly moments. So yeah, please check that out, and you can also like and follow there if you want, and we'll give you a big smile like this when we see it. So thank you. That's it. That's all I got. So we're gonna kind of jump right in, and I don't know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be good. I'm so happy. So before we jump into tonight, we need to get a recap of where we left off, and I believe that tonight for the Mongoose Crew, Kayla is giving us the rundown. So Kayla, please take it away.
That's me. Okay, so we began in Corvos's chambers in Honoria, where Eldrin reunited with her father, who commented on her resemblance to the queen. Eldrin updated him about Volmus's soul being split into multiple pieces and scattered across bodies. She doesn't know how many pieces, but she knows that the one in the Honorian dungeon was not the same one we found in Eriscar. Kanos is helping with Persona, and Catherine and Zaris are looking into the simulacrums. Corvos is overwhelmed, but he finally believes her and vows to help. Corvos then asks Eldrin to summon Zaris and Catherine, and Noros to summon Genris, and Eldrin also contacts her mother. Once everyone gathers, except for the queen, Eldrin waits for her, and then when her mother arrives, she tells her that it's worse than they thought. Eldrin's mother learns about Volmus's fate in front of everyone, which leads to a heated discussion on how Honoria should handle the war and Eldrin's mission. Zaris explains his feelings on God's involvement. Eldrin regrets asking Persona with assistance for Saren's Venesapa situation, and Ilrin asks Eldrin, or says that Eldrin needs to be in Honoria, not on the surface. Ilrin argues that Honoria shouldn't be involved and says that they will contact the Sahooligans and the Exitzachittles. Why did you have to make this so hard to say?
I didn't. Wizards of the Coast did.
Okay.
Thank.
Not sponsored.
Yeah. Thank Gary Gygax.
Cool. Anyway, Eldrin pushes back, stating she needs to find the pieces of Volmos and finish her mission on land and defeat Grancelli and Tal. Noros steps in and asks Eldrin if she's sure about all of this. He emphasizes that the surface needs Eldrin and her work there will affect Honoria. Corvos agrees that the choice is hers. Eldrin steps outside to speak privately with her mother, where she resolves to return to her friends and promises to confront Raylor about Volmos and make sure Tal and Grancelli pay for what they've done. And then back in the grove, the rest of the crew enjoys a meal. Wilma and Guar bicker over food, and Milo frolics with the wombats. Milo wanders off, and Riley comes up to him, updating him on the missing wombats, and mentions being contacted by New Moon recently. Milo updates her on what we've been doing since we last saw her, and where Eldrin is. Riley also tells Milo that Wilma misses her brother when he's gone, and how she's trying to look the part of an adventurer and be noticed. Then a loud bang erupts as Raylor's thrown from the yurt that Huxley's in, clothes singed. Huxley insists not now, and Milo and Saren escort Raylor away. Milo takes his jacket to repair, and then Raylor and Saren walk off together. Meanwhile, Guar's checking in on Huxley, and Wilbur's checking in on his plant. Saren is telling Raylor that she got to Aimea a year ago and left Valshar 2 years ago. Raylor admits he left Valshar after receiving a message from Hagen, claiming to be his father. And then he left, disguised himself, tried to meet with Hagen but wasn't ready, and made his way to Nova Sol, where he met Huxley. He didn't imagine a world where Saren would want to see him again, but she reassured him that that wasn't true, and she just wished he would have gave her a hint to his whereabouts. And they kiss, and we fade to black. And then, after a very short while of calm, we hear a low rumble fading in and out that starts to shake the grove, startling everybody but Milo. Milo runs over to Riley, who looks alarmed, and she's trying to contact Cavish and says she needs to go, and tells us not to leave the grove before disappearing into a tree. Everyone gathers at the table, and Broomhilda asks for a yurt and ushers Huxley inside, and they usher Guar and Saren in as well. The rest of them discuss what to do. Wilbur doesn't want to rally the wombats quite yet. Raylor asks Milo about Cavish, who tells him he's a druid and in this part of Aimea, but is relatively vague. We find out Raylor didn't hear Tal's message, but he does know about him. Milo tells him about Tal teleporting us to different places, and he assumes the noise is coming from wherever Cavish teleported him and Milo after that. In the yurt, Broomhilda's holding a book titled Creation, which explains the primordial gods of air, fire, water, and earth, who were tricked into being sealed into the rods of creation by their creations. If 3 or more are joined, one god can be summoned. Huxley mentioned he didn't believe this until he met Alistair, who has one, and now Alistair's party is looking for more. One of the things about the stories surrounding Eneldwin, the grove, in this area is that the reason it's so lush is it's possible a god of the earth is stuck underneath this forest. Huxley says Cavish is with a people called the Family, and it's a 4 to 5 day journey from here, so if what we heard is coming from there, they might have found and joined more rods and released this god. Broomhilda says we need Eldrin back, so using Raylor's Ring of Sending, Guar tries to explain the situation, with Broomhilda emphasizing that it is end-of-the-world level. Wilbur adds fear to his message, which is what convinces Eldrin to return, so in the middle of her meeting, she informs her parents that she's needed on the surface, and with their trust and permission, Zara sends her and Noros to the grove. And that's it all.
Beautiful. That was fantastic, Kayla. Very nice.
Thanks.
Anything else we need to add, gang? Which, by the way, me and Saren, you get the point of inspiration today.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Can I give it to somebody if I already have one?
where do you have one from? The last session?
It wasn't the last session, but it's sometime this day.
Okay.
I don't remember what it was.
I think it was something cool you did. I don't remember what.
Was it something with Gerard when we were running back to...
Oh,
you're
that's
riding
right.
Gerard?
Yeah.
That's exactly
Yeah.
right. Yeah. You can choose to keep it or give it to someone else. I'll allow it to stack, or you can give it to someone else now.
Who doesn't have one?
Well, he just said he'd allow it to stack.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
I'm the
Well,
selfish one.
just
I'm
decide.
like, hey, stack
decide.
that up.
Fine. It's mine now.
giving the rogue inspiration because they so desperately need it for all their checks.
Yeah, I definitely don't have the thing that literally gives me no less than a 10 on like half of my abilities. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, great. So anything else you need to add, gang? Things that you feel important to mention about your character or the surrounding
Zaris is
scene?
with me in Noros, right? Because that's how that works. But he's
I
going to
think so.
choose whether or not he's going back.
Yeah.
Nice, I love that. He needs to see some wombats.
Cool. Yeah. Yes, he is. All right, cool. Awesome. You guys ready to play some D&D?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Yes.
do those D's.
Si, senor.
Beautiful. Well, without further ado, let's go to the part where we play the D&D. Here we go. You guys like that?
Yeah, that was great.
So, from the scene that is taking place, I imagine all of you have started to kind of like file out of Wilbur's hut. Some of you actually, I think, are kind of like spread out, but I'd say at this point, you guys are on the sort of general sort of same like 20 to 30 feet sort of area around each other. When there is a very bright flash of light, some bluish light, and you see three figures emerge: Eldrin, Noros, and Zaris. When you see Zaris, there's a good chance that most of you might even not like recognize who this figure is. Besides the same clothes, as he looks significantly older. But you all appear in front of them.
I look around. Does it look like there's an emergency occurring?
Oh, great. She's already in a mood.
I would say, in terms of what I would have probably imagined Eldrin to deem an emergency, no.
We
Okay.
are kind of huddled about and sharing what, and Milo is just sharing what
I think maybe a good judge of that is what is the expression on Guar's face?
I mean, probably concerned. I mean,
Then
probably
then you know something's real.
yeah.
Okay. I look around and then
It's-
turn back to the group and I say, I'm told there's an emergency.
Yeah, end of the world, Eldrin. I said that like 3 times in the message.
And I said that I heard you.
No, you said noted, which was kind of
Exactly.
shitty.
That's noted is a acceptable thing to say when you have noted what someone has said to you. Are we
Okay,
really going to
so-
argue semantics right now?
It's not semantics, it's tones, because really, like what you're saying is that you did give an appropriate word to acknowledge that you received the information, but you did nothing to acknowledge the tone or the feeling behind what we were saying, the emphasis.
I'm here, aren't I?
this doesn't feel like productive conversation. Yeah, so we had a large boom, earthquake, something, and
Called me back for an earthquake.
no, called you back for the potential of a forgotten god unearthing themselves near the family,
Okay.
and
It's a family.
It's
Why
a-
did you bring
What happened to
Zaris'
you?
grandfather?
I turn to Cyrus and I say, "It's a cult that Milo stayed with for a little bit."
What's happening with you? What's going on with your?
The shadow fell. This is what happens.
Nothing. What's happening with you?
Are you
You-
staying,
Did you
Zaris?
forget how to magic? What's going on?
Well, this does sound like a lot of fun. But,
You can stay if you'd like. I mean, I just, as long as you can still do the research I asked you to do. Or requested, I apologize. Requested, asked. No, asked is correct.
Yeah, I did bring my entire library on my back. Oh, shit. It's not
Fell
that.
off.
Yep.
Okay.
Must have fallen off in transit.
Well, it seems like our definitions of emergency and world ending are very different.
Forgotten
hasn't-
God unearthing themselves and rods
Yeah.
of destruction is I don't know, that seems pretty big to me.
It
No,
hasn't
I-
ended yet.
I understand. I'm trying to understand why you would call me back when you knew that I was in a very emotionally fragile state with my family before you had all of the information to know exactly what's happening and what I can do in this situation. If you want me to come back and just sit with all of you at the table while we wait, great. But I was in the middle of something.
I'm sorry, Eldrin. Did you want us to call you after the world had ended?
I would have preferred you call me when you know what's going on.
Broomhilda and Huxley were trying to figure that out, and Broomhilda said we needed you. I agree.
Okay. I will walk past Saren to find Broomhilda. I'm so sorry, guys. I love you all so much.
I follow.
Zaris kind of stays there for a second with Saren and looks at Ray. Looks, who's this guy?
Who are you?
Raylor kind of comes up. And hello. My name is Raylor Shanadel. It is nice to meet you. I assume you're Triton of some sort. Don't touch me. I'm just kidding. But my bones might break.
Did Norris follow me or stay hovering around Zaris?
I think he did one of those kind of looks at Saren and gives kind of a very small smile and kind of follows. But yeah, I just kind of basically playing the part until Zaris is like, well, I'm gonna go.
Well,
good.
I'd say it was good to see you, but you don't seem to be doing too well. But
Hey, well, that's the last thing you're gonna say to me.
I mean, I do like you. I don't know. You're neat.
Yeah, that's good. Well, we'll put it on my gravestone. All right. Well,
Milo liked him.
yeah, that's good. I like that. Just that. Don't
Yeah.
even bother putting my name in. All right.
You don't want to. You're not gonna turn yourself into a sea slug or something to
No.
Is that more complicated than it seems?
Well, it's certainly not a discussion I want to have in an open field with a bunch of people.
Valid
which tried
counterpoint.
One of which tried to break the bones in my hand.
He's a brute, really.
You
Honestly,
see Raylor just I wasn't gonna. It's okay. It's all a joke. It's all a joke. Okay, goodbye. And he moves away.
Saren just leans over to Raylor. So that was the Archmage of Honoria. He did not look that bad last time we saw him.
Oh, okay.
and he didn't look good the last time we saw him.
Damn, Milo.
Damn, that's cool.
Well,
He'd-
that is
he'd
that is
like
very
it.
unfortunate. I have a feeling that maybe it'd be best if I just stayed back a little bit. Seems like this was. I assume this is not the norm with your friend.
Yeah, she's upset. Which, I mean, that's not uncommon. necessarily, but probably not the best time for an introduction.
Right. Well, I will keep my distance. We cut to Elgin, Guar, and I would say actually, if I remember correctly, Wilbur and Wilma were actually a little bit further off. Wilbur, was there something specific you wanted to do with Wilma?
Nope. We were just keeping watch, and I was amusing
That's
Wilma's desire to be brave.
Cool.
That's right. Yeah.
Wilbur, give me a perception check. Actually, no perception check. There's a huge flash of light. You definitely saw that flashlight. You turn around and you see your friend about, we'll say because of the distance where you are, you were probably like 50 feet away. You're not purposely, but relatively probably hidden in the, kind of like darkness over the top of the crumbled rock. What do you choose to do, Wilbur?
All Wilbur's gonna do is look at Wilma and say, Eldrin's here.
Is that the lead one?
Mm-hmm. Yep, sure is. She's not too happy with me right now.
Oh. Well, is there anything else you have me do other than just watch?
Nope, we're just gonna keep watch.
Okay, well, if that's all we're gonna do, and this person is mad at you, all the more reason for me to say hi. And you see her slide down off the rock and start to walk off.
Great. That's not how this works, Wilma. Sometimes things are boring.
You made it sound exciting! Elgin, you see a wombat coming towards you in the darkness.
I'm gonna ignore the wombat and I'm looking for Brunhilde.
You got it. Cool. Brunhilde's pretty close. So yeah, I'll say honestly, like when Wilma kind of comes up, you're probably already like right in front of Brunhilde. Actually, no, we'll have some fun. We'll say that she's still in the hut.
Okay.
So she's like kind of like looking over that book. You come walking in.
I'm here. I'm told you needed me.
Yeah, we're gonna need all the help we can get, actually. Did they clue you in at all?
They told me that something about rods of destruction and the end of the world and rumbling noises, but I don't see any emergencies.
Right, yes, well, if we're right, it's possibly coming. I'm sure Riley will be back any minute. Probably want to make sure that she's at least contacting us before we head out anywhere. Why don't you take a seat and I'll try to just fill you in on everything.
Okay.
And she does so.
Okay.
Huxley walks in, sees Elgin, and walks out. I think actually Huxley looks around, and where's Milo?
Talking to his wife.
Milo's talking to Riley right now.
I think Milo would have stayed kind of on Wilbur's lawn, like just outside Wilbur's yurt, and would have kind of like just said, like, I think Saren and Raylor are there, and after Zaris left, Milo would have probably just like, I don't know, nobody really needs me right now, but I want to be available, so I'm just gonna sit down here and wait for something to pop off, or somebody to need me.
You got it. So Huxley kind of looks around, sees Milo, walks over to Milo. You don't have any like spells or anything, right?
Spell no. Well, I can. If I like hit something and I like really mean it, I can push it farther away from me.
Yeah,
Or I can like knock it down and keep it down.
Yeah, that's
about the closest I got.
It's
I can do
just
this,
combat.
and he prestidigitates his beard off his face.
it's a long pause.
Yeah, I can do that. That's the only real spell I've got.
All right, cool. We're fucked. You see him like you actually see him do a moment of like saying like this is a call sign for him to be able to kind of walk off and walk away from you.
Yeah.
And you see him start to like do that, and he kind of like looks around and just recognize there's really nowhere for him to go.
Yeah. Do you have any spells? Was this a like sharing time, or do you want to like? What are you bringing to the table here?
Not a lot. I'm pretty tapped.
For interview, yeah. Yeah, I could also use I could also go to bed. I could also use a sleep.
Yeah, well, maybe there's always a possibility that we do that and then we wake up and
the world's gone.
Yeah. Do you wake up dead if you're dead?
I mean, I've met several ghosts. I imagine you can wake up dead.
Why did I ask you that?
Yeah.
Sorry. Fuck. I'm just kind of used to, being honest and then walking away, but every situation around me is a clusterfuck that I don't want to have to deal with. So,
yeah.
Sorry.
I've been told I'm a largely unserious person, so I understand how that isn't easy to handle in a lot of situations. From what I've gathered in feedback.
Yeah. Oh, tell me more about that. Sorry. Fuck.
Do you need anything? Are you like hungry? You doing okay? Do you need? I've got like a pair of mittens I've started. Do you need like any?
I
can make you something if you need. No, you go first. No, you go first. After you.
No, I don't. You didn't hit me anything. I was fully planning on leaving tonight. That was the plan. And this happened, and this sucks.
Yeah. If you're... I mean, my philosophy is you're safer in a group. If you don't plan on just like keeping running. Obviously if you're just gonna like keep running, you're probably safer alone. It's easier to hide one person than 15. Unless you have that thing Broomhilda did with the invisible wall. That was cool. But I don't know. I think I think you're an asset to us. You've helped us a lot so far. And I think like we're probably safe. We're probably a safer option than just like running off.
Does Saren hear this as she's walking up?
I'd say as soon as you get close. I mean, because assuming Raylar's following you, I'd say as soon as you get close enough, Hux is gonna try to walk off. But I'd say if you want to be sneaky,
yeah, she'll be sneaky.
Okay, go for it.
I think she'll also tell Raylar to hold back for a second.
Okay.
Please tell me you have an elaborate system of hand motions to tell him to Lay back.
Absolutely. That is a 32.
Okay, he does not have expertise in perception, so only a 19. Yeah, 32. You are able to come up behind him.
You're not going to leave us, are you?
Jesus.
Yeah, she does that. You know.
Yeah, I know.
Milo's right. You're better off with us out there. You'll
How long
end
were
up
you
with
standing there?
It was
Don't
like
worry about it.
10, 15 seconds. It was. She got most
You
of it.
saw her?
Milo, shh.
I was facing you. What? Yes.
But Milo's right. If it is the end of the world, what do you want to end up with slavers again?
Yeah. You're right.
That sounded convincing.
Very convincing.
Guys, let's just handle what we need to handle tonight, and then we can deal with our own shit.
Okay. So you good on like mittens or scarves and stuff? You're
I'm gonna go find Wilbur.
okay.
He must really be annoyed if he's coming to find me.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely.
You guys.
But enough about Huxley. Guar, what are you doing?
I am swimming in that little pond, like where the collapsed cave is.
Okay, cool.
Just skinny dipping in the dark, you know. And I'm meditating too. I think it's like a meditative swim where I'm just kind of like trying to talk to Bahamut and then also a little bit to Celeste, but just like this is heavy shit. Any kind of guidance would be really helpful. I know we're all working together, but if there's ever a time for some divine intervention, this might be it. I want to serve you through my deeds, my seeking justice for the oppressed, and but we're all oppressed now if we're facing the end of the world. So I just want to know that I'm doing the right thing. So that would be great.
Cool. Give me a religion check.
Okay. It's just some Miranda's thing. Religion, right? Okay.
Yeah.
That is a 16.
Okay. You hear... I'm sorry I haven't been more present, but hearing from your end, we haven't gotten anything from here, which is a good sign. If it was something that was truly end of the world, we probably would have heard about it by now.
Okay, well, if keep me posted, okay? Because I want to make sure that we're all safe, and I want to make sure we can take care of the people we need to take care of. Is there anything that I do need to know about what's going on? Is there anything I need to pay attention to or look for?
Yes, there's a man that's watching right behind you.
What?
This is helpful, thank you.
What's helpful?
You just keep doing what you're doing.
Do you need something? I'm meditating.
So am I.
Yeah? What are you meditating about?
Okay, now you ruined it. He goes and walks up.
Sure, I ruined it. Don't act like you're not impressed.
Oh, it's good. I mean, fuck it, might as well. All right, let's just check in with everybody. Huxley goes up to the sort of like top of the rocks. What's up?
You tell me.
No, I'm
look.
sorry. I'm sorry. You went past
He's
you
with
to
me.
Wilbur.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yep. There's a chance that you could actually hear this. It's not that far away, but it would be a perception check.
Sound carries over water. Yeah, I'll perceive it.
Yeah, you got it. We'll say DC 11.
Oh, well, I got a natural 14, so that's
Hey.
a dirty 20.
Hot. Hot, hot, hot.
It's the Huxley's thinking right now. Anyways, hi. What are you doing?
Do you even have like a want or a need to procreate, or like any sort? What's your deal?
Yeah, nothing like that. I have no desire for that.
Must be nice.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it is nice. I don't know. I don't really know what companionship is like with someone in that way, so I don't really have a comparison.
Kind of turns and kind of faces the group along the that's now kind of a ways. Yeah, guess I don't either.
Oh. Sorry, I'm just not really sure that there's anything I can say to make that better.
I know. I don't think it's between you and me. I don't really think it's anyone's fault. If it is anyone's, it's mine. But I don't think it's anyone's fault.
No, I don't know the situation. But perhaps you're better off, you know?
It turns and looks at you. Yeah.
You seem like you're a very important person with a lot of work that you want to do in your life.
What makes you say that?
You're very smart, and you're very creative and inventive, and you carry yourself so high, I guess. That's how I would say it. I think maybe there's just some people in this world that aren't meant to have personal connections. If that makes sense. Perhaps they have a greater purpose.
Well, but roll me a persuasion check. I'm gonna say you have advantage.
Oh, that's good, because my persuasion is not good. 15.
You're making a lot of sense, Wilbur. It is Wilbur, right? I'm not just talking to a random wombat. You guys all look the same to me right now.
Yeah, no, it's me. Green cape. That's my thing.
Yeah. Alright, well, you mind if I sit up here with you until we go?
Yeah, that's fine. I haven't seen anything yet, no, except for Eldrin arrive. I'm sure that was pleasant.
Yeah. You know, I was gonna take the blame for that before you jumped in.
Why? Why would you take the blame? I did it.
Like you said, some people aren't destined for companionship.
Well, I'm not a dishonest person or a dishonest wombat, so I would have never let you take the blame. She can be upset with me. I think deep down she knows that I was in the right.
You know, in my world, it's not dishonest to keep your mouth shut. Just a little advice if you go visit there.
Okay. That's good advice.
I think we pause there. And that's it. We're done for the night. Good job, guys.
Hey. Life
we,
lessons with Huxley.
That's right. Just a
Poor man
just
thinks
a
he's not
cheery,
deserving of
cheery.
love. It's fine.
Yeah, Wilbur just doubled down on that. Maybe you're not.
That was the best. Maybe you're just not supposed to have anyone in your life.
Yeah.
Saren's tried so hard.
You have your hobbies. You're fine.
So
You just gotta
good.
start over. It's fine.
So good. So good. Cool. So, yeah, that's about all we know right now.
Okay. And now what? We just wait together.
She knows that we're waiting. She knows that we're here for backup. I'm sure she's gonna let us know here soon.
Great. Well, while we have some time, what have you all learned from Raylor?
We haven't been able to have that discussion yet.
What have you been all doing for the last half a day?
Taking a breath.
Must be nice.
Listen, Algin, I know that you're going through something right now. Something that I don't know what it feels like, but whether it was a right or wrong decision, it was a difficult one. And I think it's worth saying that I think they made the right one.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Well, I guess I should get to work since no one else seems to understand what an emergency is, or also what... I mean, you've just been eating with him without even figuring out if he can be trusted?
She's kind of a... Oh, it's a 2. What'd I roll?
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 2. She looks at you, and there's a moment, I think, when we have this, like, kind of like a cutscene of, like, Huxley's eyes and Brimhilda's eyes. As Brimhilda says, I just didn't think it was a good idea to bring up right now in front of a group of people that don't know what we're dealing with.
Okay, well, I will go find my answers then. Thank you for informing me of what's going on. I'm here to help in whatever way I can, but I have things that I need to figure out, so thank you, Broomhilda. And I will get up and walk out and look for Saren or Raylor, whichever one I see first.
Yeah. I'm going to say for funsies, Elgin, roll me an initiative roll.
Okie dokie.
Oh, that's pretty low.
7.
Roll again.
Oh, gosh. 7.
Okay. You get to Raylor when there is a sort of smaller flash of light. I will say, actually, just to kind of give a kind of a moment to it. Yeah, actually, you told Raylor to stay back, so Raylor is somewhat on his own in this moment. So Elgin, you spot Raylor, you start to walk towards him, and then behind him you see this like flash of green near the tree.
Okay.
There's at least a good solid like 15 seconds of like Raylor just kind of like staring and Princess.
You don't have to call me princess. I have questions that I would like answered.
Of course.
But it seems that Riley is back, so that might need to wait.
Well, when the time is right, I guess. And you see Riley kind of hurrying up behind him. We'll say Huxley's got really good eyesight. Cool. Huxley just kind of shouts out, she's back, and that alerts Wilbur and Guar. Saren, I think you probably have started to like maybe turn around and like hearing or seeing Eldrin. So we'll say, and you're with Milo. So, excuse me. So I guess we don't really need to roleplay that. You guys all come to Riley.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm like half dressed and I have a man bun and I have my armor under my arm. So.
As I'm walking to Riley, I'm muttering to Noros and Primordial about how there is no need, like, for me to be called back so quickly.
Yeah.
Milo clocks that, but isn't going to respond to it.
Got him. Wilbur, you feel Huxley step on your foot as everybody kind of gathers together. You surmise that is to get a little bit of a closer look at Guar's back. Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's all right. I flex a little.
Oh my god.
That's not helpful.
Are you okay? I've never seen you so clumsy.
It's shut up, Riley's talking.
I undo my man bun and do one of the things.
Okay, you ruined it. Fully ruined it.
I'm not paying attention. I'm just doing it.
Milo's gonna walk.
He's saying that, and at this point too,
Oh.
What are you doing? Can you just pay attention, please? To Guar.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, this is Broomhilda, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, I just took my hair down. I'm not swimming anymore. What's the problem?
Okay, that's just me. Okay, shut up, I swear.
Are you okay?
Shh.
I touched the small of her back.
She slaps it away.
Okay.
Okay. So, it's bad. Wilbur. There's a okay. So there's a good amount of destruction. Half of the family is has plummeted to the ground.
What?
So there are a lot injured, many more that are most likely dead.
What happened?
I couldn't. You see her just. She just starts crying. I don't think Havish survived. I couldn't feel him there, but we need all hands on deck to just try to do what we can if you're all willing and able.
So what was the cause? Were they attacked? Were they targeted?
I don't know. There's some significant what almost looks like just like tectonic shifts, like something like an earthquake that I've never witnessed before.
You're
right where the centered right where the family is.
I mean, what are the chances that Cavish just got away?
That doesn't seem like something Cavish would. He doesn't seem like he'd run from something like that.
You see her kind of nod. Well, Wilbur, it's your call. I don't really necessarily know if I'm going to be able to even think straight right now, but a lot of the damage and destruction is trying to dig out some bodies. So I was thinking there's a possibility that we could use some more hands.
You want to take more wombats out of the grove?
I'm saying it's your call.
Won't that put them in danger?
It takes them out of the grove, so I can't say no. Looks at Milo at this as I think Riley is aware that Milo has been where the family's been before.
Yeah. Yeah, I think. Honestly, I think if the family wasn't safe, I don't know if I have as much faith that the grove is inherently going to be more safe right now.
You don't even know what happened.
It's true.
I don't want wombats to be digging dead bodies out.
Wilma speaks up. I'll go.
Mother.
Wilma.
Oh, sorry. Jesus. Wilma, no, absolutely not. You're too young.
I'm older than you were when you left.
I think everyone should be able to make their own decision on whether or not they come and then live with the decisions that they make.
Yes. Thank you, Blue Lady.
You're welcome.
But that's a good point. I'm going to roll something to see if... Yeah, Winona and Walter come up. They don't seem to have heard up until this point. But they're not going to interrupt.
No, you're here at a perfect time. Something tragic has happened. And Riley is suggesting that perhaps some wombats can be utilized to uncover bodies from rubble.
Cool. You hear, at the same time, two different voices say, okay, and absolutely not. From Walter and Winona. Winona is the one that says absolutely not. Walter says okay. Winona speaks up and goes, no one leaves. That's why, Wilbur and I left, and it was bad. So, no, we're staying.
Well, to be fair, you didn't leave willingly, but yes.
That's the bad.
I don't like that, Riley. I mean, we can go and help.
Walter speaks up and goes, I think everybody should eventually have the choice of being able to explore outside of the grove when they want to, unless they don't. You see Riley look at you, Wilbur, and uncharacteristically just kind of like she just like kind of like lets out a sob and goes, I'm sorry, you're right. Yeah, so
I mean, Riley,
else...
I will go and help.
Yeah.
I just don't, these wombats don't know anything other than the grove, and asking them to go uncover bodies from rubble just seems traumatic.
I want to go.
No. Wilma, this is not going to be a... This is not going to be a pleasant experience.
Then let me have an unpleasant experience.
Respectfully, she doesn't seem to be having the greatest experience here right now. This is just from some sheltered kid from a backwoods town that my first experience with adventure was decapitating kids I went to school with. So, like, I don't...
And I'm fine with that.
Grain
Whatever
of salt,
you
I
just
guess.
said.
Do you even know? Exactly. Thank you. Wilma, I respect your bravery. I think it would be much more brave of you to stay here in case anything were to happen at the grove.
She storms off as you're talking. I'm sorry, Wilbur. That was very wrong of me. Okay, so we have everybody. We should, some may have minutes to spare. I don't know much more than that. Just make sure you keep your eyes around you and just call out to me. I'll try to make sure that I keep the tree marked for her. us moving back and forth when we need to. Anything else you guys want to say or do before you go?
Riley, do you think whatever did this to the family, do you think they moved on, or?
I'm not gonna lie to you. Whatever this was seems to have subsided, but the forest is not the safest place. Hence the reason why they built it so high.
Broomhilda said something about the rods, and Huxley said there's a god of the earth under this forest, possibly. Do you think
I
that...
don't know.
And Saren's gonna kind of look around at everyone else. Do you think we should contact the people we know that have had them, or were looking? The group that we were with in the Shadowfell, they were looking for them, right? And then Alistair, should we find out where they're at? Then at least we would know maybe the locations of one or more.
If Alistair was involved in this at all, it may be best to not talk to him until we know for sure that it wasn't on purpose.
Why?
So that we know for sure it wasn't on purpose.
So the other group first.
I think the longer we stand here and talk, the more people die. So maybe we should get going.
I'm now fully clothed. I walk up to Riley and I just say, "What do you need right now?"
I need to go. We need to go.
Just let me get my armor on and we'll be ready.
I guess we get there, we have most of us helping survivors and helping find survivors, and then maybe some people scouting, trying to figure out what's around and trying to make sure it's as safe as it can be right now.
Before I start to put my armor on, I just kind of put my arms out to Riley, like, do you need a hug kind of emotion?
No time for that. We need to go. She walks off.
Okay. I start putting my armor on.
As she's walking, she's gonna say, kind of behind her, the gate will be open. Just make sure you come in as a group.
Okay. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go. Let's get ready.
Oh. Wilbur's gonna say goodbye to Winona and Walter. Be back as soon as I can.
Don't worry, we'll handle Wilbur. It's okay. And if there is any reason to bring people through here that need attention, I can help on this end.
Thank you.
And she kind of gives you a hug, gives you a kiss on the giant forehead.
Wombats, Wilma, Winona. What's the dad's name again? I totally blanked.
Walter.
You only see Winona and Walter. Wilma has walked off.
Okay. Walter, Wilma. Thank you for your. We really loved being here, and we hope that you continue to be safe. And thanks for your hospitality again. The vegetables were delicious.
Yeah. You're welcome back anytime.
Okay.
Also above board, the gate is going to be staying open, so there is a possibility you guys come right back here.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
Let's go.
All right.
Okay.
You guys head on in.
I feel like Milo would have made a point to, as Riley walks to open the gate, Milo would have walked with her to be the first to go over there.
Okay. As you walk through, most of you not being in this particular sort of area of the forest before, it being late at night as well, is already having that sort of kind of creepy vibe. Nothing could prepare you for what you see. The trees here in this particular area are anywhere from 10 to 50 feet in diameter. Uprooted, cracked. All around you, there's more destruction to nature at first. Seeing the trees and rocks just broken apart in weird kind of almost jigsaw-like abrasions into the trunks and into the dirt. As you all start to step forward in the darkness of the night, you notice that there is a little bit of light that comes through here, Milo, and in a way of the amount of time that you had spent traveling with Cavish, recognize that you never really saw the sky before, and it takes a second before you realize that it's because the things that were hiding the sky are no longer there. First thing you come across, as it's so easily seen, is a large rope bridge that has been torn apart and is dangling. Extremely long bridge that stands about, it itself is probably about 100 feet long, but is now only resting about maybe 30 feet off the ground. The homes start to come across your view slowly, as they are made of the same material as what the trees are, but you notice the abrupt corners, the pieces of furniture, pots, pans, beds, thatched roofs. Personal items. strewn
I-
about.
I feel like Milo's not going to say anything, but he's definitely there's like one person he's looking for signs of, and it's Tomb.
Yeah.
He's keeping an eye out for like any sort of like turtliness.
Yeah, we'll get to the separation things there. There's a just 1 second, because there's a lot there. I want to make sure I'm giving you guys kind of the full thing, so I don't have to kind of go into specifics on it. There's multiple sort of hanging ropes that are dangling down like threads that give you a sense of some small attachments of what is left over that is still up in the trees. This place is probably about the size of Brunte and is half gone. Milo, you immediately start to look around. You see, I think, in your viewpoint, you're looking for movement.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a perception check.
The first thing Milo does is the second we stop walking, Milo's gonna hug Riley's leg. Just not for her, for him.
Yeah.
I said perception.
Yeah.
It was a dirty 20.
Your halfling form being closer to the ground, you see some movement of what looks to be a body underneath the remains of what looks to be a house. As you get closer, assuming you do,
Mm-hmm.
creature looks humanoid, not tomb. But you see an arm and a leg sticking out. You don't see the face, but you see the arm is kind of twitching.
Milo's gonna try and pull whatever's on top of them off, or try and free them using his quarterstaff as like leverage and doing what he can to.
Yeah. I think Noros immediately kind of comes up behind, and as it would be, Guar, you see this also from a distance of the thing that they're trying to pick up is truly a house.
I'm
least
there.
Pieces of it. So yeah.
And I think while this is all happening, Guar has also been just praying vehemently to Bahamut, just like in your mercy, bless me and help me find the survivors that I can heal them and contribute to your glory. Help me find those who had done this to them, so I can avenge these poor people. Give me the strength to save and to avenge. And then I see that and I run over.
Give me a religion check. I might want to do something really fun with you.
If you insist. Ooh, that is a 22.
Awesome. I'm going to say there's a moment of connection as you feel. What's their name?
Celeste?
Celeste, thank you. As you feel Celeste, kind of like this, like warming sort of presence, and this is actually as you're like starting to lift with Noros and Milo, trying to kind of like free this body. You feel a sense of something change in your magic at this point. You don't know if it's temporary or if it's permanent or not, but your It's not channel divinity. What do you get? What's your thing? Is it channel divinity?
I have a channel divinity. I have what do I have here? I have divine sense.
Divine sense. That's the one I was looking for.
Yeah.
So divine sense, which typically kind of like chooses to sort of find specific sort of types of creatures, has now shifted to finding living humanoids.
Okay.
So you can turn that on if you want.
All right, it is on. It is on like Donkey Kong.
There is it is both uplifting and extremely concerning, the amount of blips that pop up.
Yeah.
Some of which are actually really close.
I shout to the party, and I point in the direction of, okay, there's one over there. Okay, you two can go over there. There's someone over by that the rubbish, the wreckage over there by that house frame. Brumhilda, can you lift something over there? There's someone underneath that roof.
I would say, I mean, as far as the NPCs go, immediately jump to attention and helping out.
I imagine would Wilbur's tremor sense be extra helpful in this situation? So Wilbur would probably, as he's like going through or over top of rubble, just like announce like any little sound you can make. If you can hear me, just make it.
Okay.
Eldrin will follow along, and basically anyone that Guar's pointed out, starting with the person Milo's trying to help save, she's going to cast Spare the Dying on whomever is still alive but at 0 hit points.
Got it. Roll me your spell attack.
$16.
Okay. With a 16, you're racing against the clock. So a lot of it is you having to rush and run. I'm going to say, especially for Eldrin and the amount of magic that you're using, and I assume to be continuing to use, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Do I get advantage, or is this not maintaining a spell?
This is for exhaustion.
Okay.
Just so you know, I am also planning on doing laying on hands. I have 20 lay on hands points left. I can give 20 people 1 hit point.
I'm going to say the same thing for you, Guar.
Okay.
I will say that there's a level of this being able beyond maybe the character
18.
sheet. You guys just doing everything you can.
Sure.
18. Okay. Yeah.
Well, sorry, what am I rolling?
Constitution saving throw.
It's con save. Okay. Was Eldrin 10 feet away from me when that roll happened?
18 saved, regardless.
Okay. That is a 25.
Nice. Cool. Awesome. Oddly enough, the idea of you guys kind of almost constantly being in the thick of it and very rarely having this sort of downtime has kind of probably been able to... you definitely feel challenged in this, in your healing abilities and kind of going through all this. I'm going to have Riley also roll, and I'm going to have it... never mind, I was going to say with disadvantage, but that's a 5. She is pushing through. And this would be like, we're talking about this in the expanse of hours of you guys doing this. So eventually it'll start to hit for her. Yeah. Wilbur, you're helping out using the tremor sense, a natural sort of ability. I'd say there's no exhaustion sort of thing there for that. But actually, I think it makes sense because of like the physical stuff that you guys are doing. Everybody should be rolling a con save. So I'll say Wilbur and Sarah.
Anybody who's within 10 feet of me gets a +5.
I'll allow you guys to run over to Guar. And...
I feel like during this time, Milo is also probably going to be in werewolf mode.
Okay.
If for nothing else, to sense prey, to like be able to like sense like something that's like cowering or like creatures that are living kind of like Guar.
Cool.
He's like flitting about
Yeah.
in his werewolf form.
That makes sense. The trade-off would be that it would be hard to like be able to assure and like, be able to give any emotional support in that form. But yeah.
Saren is gonna unfurl her wings so she could fly up anywhere if she needs to. And also she has her ghost walk where if she needs to like phase through something to
To be
try
able
to
to like see the damage and see where you could possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Con saves for Wilburn, sir.
24.
24.
18.
18. Okay. So there'll be a couple things that'll kind of be happening, and we'll sort of state like where they are in the time frame of that night. But we'll start first. If it's okay with you, Milo, we'll say the first person that you're able to kind of get out from under the rubble. You're not in your werewolf form just yet, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. You see the figure of what looks to be an elf with sort of darker skin. You can see there's some significant like head trauma. Figure looks to be probably in his like early 20s. Let's say as you pull him out, you see that he's kind of like squinting. He's having trouble like being able to see. But he seems to be alive and is where am I?
You're on the forest floor right now. You are safe. The treehouse is no longer standing.
What do you mean?
There was something happened. The family, the tree, the community, the structure fell. It is no longer in the air. So we are trying to figure out what happened, and we're trying to figure out the extent.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Can't feel my leg. You can call over
Is
like
it?
one of the
Yeah.
others.
Is a one second? Let me get somebody who can help you. And he's gonna look at Eldrin and then call over Wilbur. So.
Okay.
Can you heal him? His legs. Well, it's not hurting, but
Does he call over Eldrin or Wilbur?
he calls over Wilbur. He goes to call Eldrin because that's usually his first response. But
okay.
Yeah.
Wilbur, you come over.
Yes. Yes, I can. Oh, I can help.
Are my glasses around anywhere?
Do I see any glasses? No. I can I can look for your glasses, and Milo's gonna, as Wilbur's patching them up, Milo's gonna look for glasses, but also just look for the next person.
Yeah, makes sense. Wilbur, as you heal this figure, we'll say just so you can just because I think it's a spell slot, is it not?
It's just my aquatic rejuvenation.
Is there an amount of times you can do that?
It is amount of times equal to my Constitution modifier, so 3.
Yeah. As you start to heal this figure, you see him kind of squinting. And, how high am I right now? Because all I see is a furry little dude.
Oh. Yeah, that's me. Your eyes don't deceive you.
Cool. That's really cool.
I'm so sorry this has happened to you. I healed him for 24.
Cool. We'll say for anybody like doing the healing stuff that the numbers aren't going to really necessarily matter. You're just bringing them to a space that they're able to be okay. As he kind of like feels that sort of like, oh, okay. Oh yeah. Oh, I hear it. I feel it now. Fuck. Oh my god. Oh, there must have been some party.
Oh. Party? What?
Yeah, there was oh god, I hope everybody. You said it was one of the houses that fell?
That's my understanding.
As you
A
look
tree.
up, it is clearly more than one house.
It's tree houses, maybe.
Oh shit. I can't even deal with that right now. Yeah, there was a party with just a bunch of visitors, so.
What visitors?
It's Leonin, like really handsome looking, like half elf dude. Water Genasi, little girl, and this green guy that seemed to not want to talk to anybody. Oh, and this like black dragonborn guy.
As far as you know, were they still here when this all happened?
I have no idea. I walked home.
Wilbur is going to kind of yell to everyone. They had some visitors here and share all of the descriptions.
Sure. He kind of just like asked, like, can you prop me up against a tree or something? But that's about it. He will. He will tell you his name, and I don't have it right now.
Zaris, don't you have something you can give these people for pain?
Who are you talking to? What'd you say?
Zaris.
He's not here.
Cyrus isn't here. He
Oh.
left.
He bamped out of here.
Yeah.
I called him
Well,
old and he left.
he would have been
he's-
really helpful.
He says his name's Ingdal.
Ingdal?
Mm-hmm. Engdal.
When Wilbur relays that information, Eldrin's gonna find Noros and ask him if she can use his bracelet, because hers is all used up.
Yeah.
And then
You come to Noros, who's very shell-shocked right now. You dress him?
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, she studies him for a second and then says, "I need your bracelet."
Yeah. Sorry, I should be helping. Yeah, here you go.
Okay, thank you.
Guar, who else you need? And starts to go to walk off.
Before that happens, before Eldrin does her thing, I grab Noros by the shoulders and I say, "Look, I need you to focus right now. All you need to do is just I will tell you where to dig, and you do. That's all you have to do. Go over there and dig. Go."
Okay. And he goes to walk off.
Okay. I will reach out to Titian, because I just spoke to him like a day ago when we were going to the school, and I knew he was here because he told me that he was with the little creepy boy. So I say, was the family still standing when you left, or did you have something to do with what's going on right now? Actually, I don't say did you. I say I hope you did not have anything to do with what's going on right now.
Okay, start from the top. So I'm messaging to him right
now. Was the family still standing when you left? I hope that you didn't have anything to do with this.
Okay. No immediate response.
Okay. Then Eldrin has a thought when there's no immediate response, and she feels kind of bad. She's like, I hope he's not dead. And then she's going to keep going and doing what she's doing.
Okay. Ingdal will Ingdal will start to be coughing, and asks if there is any water.
Eldrin will hear this and turn to Wilbur and say, your mother said we could bring them back to the grove, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to escort him back. And I turn to him and I say, if you come with me, I can bring you somewhere safe where you can get some water.
Okay. Yeah. And he goes to get up. Eldrin, give me a medicine check. And roll good.
Okay. Well, you're telling me to do that. That's hard. So, let's see. Here's my medicine. It's alphabetical, Orion. 20.
I don't know if I recognized that it was alphabetical, so.
27.
27.
Okay.
No, 26.
26. Beautiful.
God damn it.
Guar, were you also rolling?
I can.
I mean, it's up to you guys if you want. Otherwise, because obviously there would have to be conversations happening right now for you to be able to relay the information.
My medicine is not great, so I got a 16 though.
Okay. Guar, with a 16, you're able to see that a lot of the figures here seem to be dehydrated. Eldrin, with a 26, you notice that it looks like he's possibly a little like concussed, but there's also a sort of deep sort of set of fatigue that has set in, which tells you that there is a possibility that even though you all just heard the effects of this, that this might have happened a while ago.
Okay.
These people need water quickly.
And I'll say, like, 26 is long enough to say this could have happened up to 2 days ago, based on how people are responding.
Okay. Does it seem like he can? Does it seem feasible to bring them to the grove, or should I do something with water here?
Huxley actually can jump in on this. He like if you like notice like the struggling sort of thing, he goes, "Okay, finally something I can do." And he'll cast Tensor's floating disc.
What does that do?
Basically, it's essentially like a floating sort of thing that you can put up to 500 pounds on. So you can like put a body on and.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And he'll go with you.
It's an ambulance.
So yeah, we load it up if we can with more than just one person.
Well,
so have we not saved anyone else?
Tensor's floating disc creates a circular horizontal plane of force 3 feet in diameter, 1 inch thick, that floats 3 feet above the ground in unoccupied space of choice. Disc remains for the duration, can hold up to 500 pounds. Yeah. He has to move with it. That's the only other sort of thing with it. So yeah, so he's walking with you.
Okay.
Through. I don't think he's saying very much.
That's fine. I have nothing to say.
Okay. So, I think, for... we'll put it this way. After about an hour, you find... after about an hour, you guys find about 12 bodies, and 8 of them are alive. 2 hours continues in that sort of track. The idea of how far they plummeted is astonishing. The amount of people that are still alive, many of which are suffering grievous injuries, some of which most likely, might not be able to walk again, things like that. It's bad.
So I have a question. Aldrin's trying to figure out, because she spoke with Titian before they went into the school, and they went into the school today. So she spoke with Titian today.
Lurianne, I'm telling you, there's no way I can keep track of like day-to-day sort of things here. So this is the best we can do to keep like parties together. So, yeah.
I hate it, but fine.
It's or
I'm
we
just
don't
letting you
message
know.
Titian. That's it.
Okay.
So.
Is there anyone that Milo recognizes in this wreckage?
It's a good question. So Milo, you are specifically looking for Tomb, and
he's
in
that's where Milo's mind goes first, and then anyone he would recognize,
right?
Or Darth's brother.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. You I'll say after a couple hours, you come across a figure that is that looks to be honestly, at this point, you guys have kind of like probably started to spread out. So there's like distance that you're kind of covering. And I think Mila, you might even be like, because you're looking for specific people. You're even like kind of venturing a little bit further. Eventually, you come to someone else who seems to be looking through the wreckage here. This figure you do recognize as you see Basile, the elven, the blonde elf woman that you kind of essentially was like your tour guide.
Yeah, Milo's going to. How does she look?
She looks fine, but she looks like she looks exhausted.
Yeah.
As she is, she seems to have not been. She seems to have not fallen, but she's like actively trying to help out.
But she's been doing this for however long.
Yeah.
Yeah, Milo's gonna walk up to her and put his hand on her arm and.
All right, on 1, 2. Oh my God.
Basile, I came as quick as I heard.
Help me lift this board.
Yeah.
And I lift a board, and you see a figure that is no longer breathing underneath. Someone you don't recognize, looks to be Elvin.
Okay, Milo will pull them out from under the board, so we don't have to hold it anymore.
Yeah.
He's gonna grab his canteen and hand it to her.
What are you? I'm glad you're here. What are you doing here? She takes a drink.
One of my friends is close with Kavish, and we heard the sound and came running.
Milo, feel free to roll an insight check.
Yeah. It was a 15.
15. The other leaders are up above trying to make sure those that have survived are calm and safe. They'll be down shortly, I'm sure. We've been trying to take turns, but I haven't left. With a 15, Mila, you see that she is pointedly ignoring the Kavish part.
Yeah.
And she seems exhausted. But I'll give you that she also seems really scared.
Yeah, Milo's gonna say, we have 2, 4. We have like nine people here helping rescue people and salvage what we can. So you're not alone. Don't worry. We're here to help.
Thank you.
So I suppose the obvious question: what happened?
I guess I don't. I'm not entirely sure. Something seemed to just explode beneath the earth, and cracks started appearing everywhere. There was glowing like a bright green, and all they all just started to fall. I rolled a 4. She's not telling you the whole truth.
Yeah. What was glowing green? I mean, what does that mean? Like, what was there? Were people doing? I mean, doing some magic? Were they trying to like sure up the trees and they fucked it up? What happened?
It's hard to say. I wasn't at the wasn't really at the epicenter of it when it happened. So
Milo's gonna lean into his know your truth and kind of put his arm around her. And what did you see? What?
Okay. I'm going to say, for fun, kind of following the same sort of rules here, Milo, go ahead and roll me an initiative roll. Oh,
Right.
Never mind. I rolled a nat 1.
Hey.
You're absolutely... This is happening before anything else. Insight check already kind of determines that she's lying.
Mm-hmm.
So I think with trying to... I'll say, yeah, go ahead and roll me a know your truth to sort of maybe glean more on why and what she's lying about.
It's 25.
Okay. 25, you 25, you think you get the idea that she doesn't know exactly what happened, but you do think that above board, because I'm not really sure how much it would have been explained as far as like the different people that were. Oh wait, no, sorry. Oh yeah, no, Milo, you had already walked off. But above board, like the other figures that were mentioned. We'll say, just for simplicity's sake, Milo heard some of that. She's leaving out names of people responsible. And she seems to have some idea of what was beneath. Or is beneath.
Yeah.
You also notice, I'll say with the 25, you also notice that she is, looks to be wearing like a different, a very interesting sort of like amulet around that you didn't see her wearing before. Something that you see as like kind of like a gold leaf.
Milo's gonna. I had heard from somebody else that it might have been around the time you guys had some other visitors.
I don't think they're responsible for this.
Oh, I mean, I wasn't saying that. I was.
She gives you a look that you determine to be just guilt.
Yeah. Do you know? Are they safe? Did they?
I believe they are safe. Yes. In this moment.
Oh.
you see a figure seem to slowly descend from on high. This figure has a very odd sort of like translucent body. Truly seems to kind of like float down, giving some sort of like some genuine sort of like you see the really sharp ears, giving this like sort of like genuine elven quality. But you see like she's almost transparent. Like Milo, you know, the only reason why you know she's not a ghost is she doesn't look like Orin.
Yeah.
In any way.
Sort of like a like if an air elemental was like trying to pass as a physical being.
Yeah, on the right track for sure. Hello. It looks like we have new guests to help out.
Yeah, we heard rumble and kind of came running. I'm Milo. Nice to meet you.
Cylindra. Wonderful to meet you as well. It is truly seeming that fate has smiled on us to get such help. Are there others that are around?
Yeah, I brought like 8 of my friends. Are you one of the elders here?
You see Cylindra, you see Basile kind of take this one. I think I see another body. Excuse me. Kind of walks off.
Do they inside check on Basile? Do they seem like they want to get away from Cylindra as quick
as
possible?
As Cylindra showed up, body tensed up really bad.
Yeah.
I think you were still kind of holding on to her.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. It might be best for me to greet your other friends to be able to give them what we all know so far.
Okay. Yeah, I think they're back over this way, and Milo walks over to
She
rough
floats
group.
with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey guys, this is my new friend Cylindra. She's a elder here.
Elder Cylindra, yes. Thank
Sorry,
you all. I'm aware that you're helping out, and I appreciate that immensely. Know that I cannot express thanks enough. I feel that it might be useful to understand exactly what happened here to help possibly spread some comfort for those that recognize that the threat is no longer with us. We had some visitors. I assume everybody's here. So feel free to tell me otherwise if you guys kind of like, fuck you and walk off.
I call lightning everyone and just leave. It's not worth saving anyone.
Who has counterspell?
Cylindric counterspells. Wilbur, roll me a nature check with advantage.
Nature check with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, nature boy. Wilbur's got this.
Come on, nature boy.
Yeah, nature boy. Come on.
24.
There you go.
Yeah.
As Cylindra is talking, you feel like like everybody's kind of looking at this form and trying to kind of figure out like, what are you? Wilbur, you recognize not this figure, but figures very much like Cylindra when you visited the elemental plane of air.
She's a floaty thing.
She is something not of this plane.
A floaty thing.
Yeah, sorry. Yes. Oh, you said that? Okay, great. Yeah. I didn't hear what you said. I didn't hear you said floaty thing. Yeah.
Like he said.
Yeah, Miranda said, a floaty thing.
It's a floaty thing. We had some visitors that had brought a child with them. someone who, from Kavish and the others, including Basile, whom you apparently have met, Milo, determined to be special. Gifts. There was also one among them that was of the undead. Against...
War perks up.
Eldrin does too.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Normally, it is very much a custom of the family to not give safe haven for such creatures.
It's a wise decision.
Yes, well,
Yeah.
not to speak ill of the dead, but
Undead.
I see what you did there.
Undead are not a joking matter, Guar. You should know that more than anyone.
not to speak ill of the dead, but Kavish seemed to think that we were able to make an exception just this once. A mistake that, unfortunately, he's not with us to be able to repent from.
Do you have a body?
I saw him fall into the earth. There were a series of events that came about in a misunderstanding, admittedly, of certain practices that we have here of druidic magic that the outside world may deem scary. Those that don't understand things often find problems with them. That ritual was interrupted by one of the party, a black-scaled dragonborn who threw flame into the pit of the cave, harboring multiple species of myconids, a race that I am not sure if you're familiar with, but are altogether, at least for us, mostly friendly and like to be left alone. They were helping us for some time, but the machinations that they were working with and involved with were highly flammable. Whether the Dragonborn knew what he was doing is beyond me. But the results are clear to see.
Was this Dragonborn with this group?
Yes.
Was this group... Did they happen to go by the name New Moon?
Ah. Apparently they are well known.
I wouldn't
Where
say
did
they're
they
well
go?
known, but
We've
we didn't meet the Dragonborn or the Undead, did we?
Mm-mm.
They got some
Wilbur,
new
you
group
said something?
members.
Where
Where'd
did they
they
go?
I am not entirely sure. Once the destruction started, it
So this
did not.
happened, and to your knowledge, they just left
And didn't help to clean it up?
or save any lives.
Wonderful.
Is it a common practice where you're from to interrupt someone after asking a question?
Sorry, this is just very upsetting.
shockingly common, actually.
Yes, it is.
It happens
As
all
I
the
was-
time.
As I was explaining, the death and destruction that you see all around you has been a process that actually, believe it or not, looked somewhat worse than this. Now the moon is back up in the sky. A full day now, at least. It is quite possible that they saw their mistake and fled further into the wilderness, but at that point in time, my duty and my responsibility laid with the fallen. I do not
If that is what
harbor
happened,
or need revenge. I need peace, healing for this community.
understandable. But if that is what happened, then we truly misjudged that group. They are not the people we thought they were.
It seems that they were very strong in their passions and opinions. I did overhear a conversation that clearly the fallen leader of this, one of the elders of this tribe, made the mistake of becoming attached, something that we in the family tried desperately to steer clear of. Kavish loved these people.
I don't understand. You're called the family and you're not allowed to love each other.
The family are very much able to feel any emotion that they would like. The elders need to sit above to have a practice of ambivalence and understanding the greater need, which is to save those that are lost and to keep them safe. A task that unfortunately we have all failed in. Riley speaks up at this. I've known Kavish for a very long time, Cylindra. He did not give his trust easily. Forgive me in understanding that he made such a grave mistake without there being something else involved. You see Cylindra kind of turn her face and smile at Riley. As someone who has planted herself in one spot, I can assure you that your experience is very different from mine. Mistakes can be made from the best of us. But he is gone. And the reasons why, gone with him.
Well, not gone. You said the earth swallowed him up. That is not... Like, if we can find a body, we can bring him back. Why haven't you tried that? If he's one of your esteemed elders.
We are. There is another that did fall. One of the other elders. There has been some small contact with him. He seems to be gravely injured, but he thinks that he is able to get out In the meantime, he is looking. But I'm sure you're aware of the depths that this earth can fall into.
Why would someone who's gravely injured take the time to look for someone else instead of getting help? That doesn't make any sense.
As you said, finding Cavish is very important. But, as I said, I saw him fall. And before that time, the struggle that New Moon had with the relationship with him seemed to come to blows before then. I do not know if there was much life before he fell.
Well, show me where he fell.
There. This way. It's just to kind of drift off. Imagine you follow.
Okay.
Saren. Roll me a perception check. For the rest of you, you can see as soon as Cylindra is far enough away. Basile is nowhere to be found right now, but as soon as Cylindra's far enough away, Riley says, "I know those people. There is absolutely no way that they did this. I refuse to believe that. Something happened here. Something that they're not telling us.
We fought with them in the Shadowfell.
Yeah, I was getting the vibe she was kind of full of shit about a lot of that.
Eldrin, as you're... Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Milo was just going to say, or that was a very specific story that she wanted to make sure we knew.
Is she the one that mentioned the little girl?
Yes.
She's a...
Cylindra did.
Yeah. Or
little girl?
Didn't you say when you talked to Ewolf, he was with them and had Alyssa? And something about her powers not being in control and Grifton, and could that be something with whatever happened here?
He did say that.
Seems plausible.
Not to blame this destruction on a little kid, but
a little kid that leveled another town? I mean...
Exactly.
As you guys are discussing this, Eldrin, you hear a response.
Okay.
The druids betrayed us. In our escape, mistakes were made and things escalated. Yes, we were there at the fall of the family. But it's the family's leaders who shoulder the blame more so than us.
Okay.
Saren, is Gerard with you?
yeah.
You see Gerard kind of like ears sort of like perk up as you see him kind of just turn and look off to the side. Starts to kind of like prowl in that direction.
Also, that was a 29 on the perception.
Awesome. As you look in that direction, you with a 29, you don't see anything. But Gerard does.
I got chills. I don't like it.
She's gonna go. Do you see something?
Continues to kind of move forward in that direction. You follow?
Lead me to it. And she'll follow.
You see, kind of moves, kind of like doing the whole like sort of like shaking butt sort of thing, almost as if hunting something. And then I need a Constitution saving throw from Saren and Gerard.
Oh no, I have to pull that up.
Should have come
save.
along.
And Saren. 15 for Gerard. And that is a 5 for Saren.
Fuck.
Okay. As you guys start to kind of move closer in that direction, there is a light sort of like, just a very like light popping sound. And Saren, you feel your throat start to close up slightly. Gerard kind of turns around, and you see the area where Gerard was looking. The bush moves. You see Gerard is focused on you, but Saren, your throat is closing up. It's hard to be able to say anything to alert Gerard. What do you do?
She does some kind of just like elaborate like trying to go behind me to Gerard.
You go.
Don't touch any birds.
You
Right.
And she'll just kind of try to like get in front of him if like as soon as he starts to move.
Beautiful. You start to see him like kind of like looking at you, just kind of concerned. And as he starts to kind of like start to move aside, you see there's another. This one you can see, as there is a fog cloud that starts to kind of extend out. The rest of you all see this from at least like probably maybe 40 feet away, right around. But we'll say through the fog cloud, you see a figure with a staff. It begins to glow a bright green. And with that, we're going to take our 10-minute break.
Oh my god.
We'll see you guys in 10. We are back. So, Saren, you are feeling, kind of coughing as you're trying to kind of collect yourself from this, you see the fog cloud starting to kind of extend out and form around this creature. You see the glowing staff from it, and we'll say, because we kind of talked off camera, what does Saren do?
So when she pushes Gerard back behind her and she notices this thing coming closer, she just turns around and just like pats, because she can't really talk, so she just like pats him on the back and jumps up on his back and tries to get him to go run towards her friends.
You got it. So coughing, sputtering, pushing through the fog, actually starting to like almost sort of catch up to you, and then you're able to kind of like bust right through it as the rest of your friends are there trying to figure out what the heck is going on. You guys want to do anything other than
what the heck is going on?
Very authentic.
Saren's coughing like she's dying.
Yes, Saren can't answer.
Face is turning blue.
She's just
I don't think any of y'all want to go into that fog cloud.
Yeah, probably not. Did I use all my lay on hands? How many people did we find?
You found, I mean, this could be in the process of what you, I assume you're using all of your lay on hands.
I am. Okay. I cast Cure Wounds on Saren.
Okay, you got it. The effect is probably more equivalent to like a lesser restoration, I believe, as she's suffering from the poison condition. But essentially, Saren, for you, I would like to equate it, if I may, to asthma. It feels like you have asthma. Welcome.
You need a fantasy inhaler.
Yeah. Not forever, but right now.
No, it's forever.
God, isn't
Nerd.
it? Right.
I'm just kidding.
Milo's gonna like.
Elgin dies immediately.
Yeah.
I feel like Milo's gonna walk to like the edge of the cloud just to see if he can see what he can see in there.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
how much is cure wounds?
It's 1d8 plus 5. So let me roll that. That is 9. You're healed for 9 points.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 23.
23. Milo, you hear muttering, but in a language that you don't. Milo's got a weird thing. So I'm gonna be very specific here, Milo. So go ahead and read to me what you actually have.
Okay.
This is actually really funny.
Features and traits. Class features. You understand all spoken languages, and any creature that can understand a language can understand what you say.
Can understand all spoken languages.
Is it like that monks can understand the intent behind it? Because, like, what if I just make up a language right now? Can Milo understand it? Because I'm speaking
Yeah.
Well,
that
if
is
it has
actually
a-
essentially
I
the
think-
problem.
I think for it to be a language, it has to have like structure, like a lexicon. Like you would have to have like syntax in it. But I
Okay. Well, you said it.
yeah.
So I was going with monk shit of like you understand the intent of the, but yours is cool too.
No, I like this a lot.
Because we've done with it doesn't work with animals for the
Right.
same
Yeah.
reason that it doesn't have a structure and it doesn't have.
That's true. If anyone could understand the intent of what an animal is saying, it's Milo. So.
Cool, Milo. With your abilities of being able to understand it, you hear this.
Fucking doodle bob.
I was gonna like hop.
And you don't hear the translation.
Yeah.
Is it a minion? What's happening?
Milo's-
Yoy,
Milo's,
Banana.
Milo's gonna holler into the fog. Hello, do you need help? Are you okay?
I need everybody to roll initiative.
Goddamn.
Let's fucking go.
Nope, that's definitely not the. I almost hit the battle music that says "end this." That's not.
Oh
the one.
God.
Oh my god.
End this.
Okay,
Saren,
Guar.
stay back.
14.
Okay. I'm going to say, and you'll understand why in a little bit, I don't think the NPCs are going to do anything here.
Okay.
Just to give you guys a real turn. Wilbur.
6.
6. Saren.
18.
Elgin's not here. Milo.
I did roll a nat 20 for a 21, but I'm not here.
So sorry.
It's okay.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
I rolled it on this little baby dice.
No.
Look how cute it is. It's so little.
You want Gerard too?
You're on Gerard, so we'll say for simplicity's sake, maybe he's just working. I think like from now on, I really probably want Gerard to just take the turn after you.
That
that's
makes
kind of the
it
simplest
so much
thing.
easier.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just do that rule from now on. Okay. Okay, cool. So, Milo, you see the glowing staff kind of like starts to move as if this creature is running towards you. Oddly enough, Milo, you as it like starts to kind of get closer, you recognize that it's about your height as it is going to be leaping from the edge of the fog cloud. So we'll say effectively it's 5 feet from you, but it is your turn.
Okay. I think with noticing its momentum, noticing its movement, Milo's going to use his staff to jab it in the midsection and send it past him.
Okay, cool. Send it past like judo throw him.
Yeah, send it down to the flip it over onto the ground behind him.
You got it.
That was with my quarterstaff. That was a dirty 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right. And that was a...
There's a strength or
9.
dex save throw for this, right? That's essentially a shove.
Yeah, kind of. I guess.
I mean, to move its placement.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was 9 damage, and then strength or... Oh, dirty 20 for Dex.
No, I
Oh, you got to roll that. Yeah, makes sense.
I
don't know things.
but I'm quite certain he fails. It is. I had your sheet up, but it should say on there what it is.
Oh, for a shove. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yours. Yeah. Okay. I was actually looking at his. Hold on. Let me pull up Milo's. Because this is part of your subclass.
There we go. Succeed strength or dexterity saving throw. It chooses which.
Oh, you have to use your flurry of blows to do that. Which are you doing?
Sure. Yeah. If I've yeah, I'll say I jabbed it once, and then I'll use my flurry of blows to
Kind of
finish
throw
that
it
off.
over. And, yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I'll use
go
a
ahead
key
and
point for that.
do it. Which, I mean, it's it happens when you use your flurry of blows, so you're still using your flurry of blows. So give me 2 more attacks.
Yeah. And that was 22 to hit.
Yep.
Followed by a 25 to hit.
Yeah.
And damage.
Failed the saving throw as well.
It was a 5 and a... Wait. I'm sorry, what's math? 13. 5 and a 13 to hit for damage there, so...
18?
8.
Okay.
Plus
Nice.
the original 9.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, so you flip this creature over. You see, we'll say for the sake of fun that I'll kind of get into in a second, you see kind of like just like a flash of green and black as you like flip this creature over from you and just give it like 2 like quick as it is thrown in the dirt as it kind of like lands 3-point style, skids to a stop, and then immediately starts to kind of continue to rush towards you. No stopping. Saren, you're up.
Do I know who this is?
Not yet.
Does Kayla know?
Yes. Probably. I don't know.
Oh, sorry, little guy. She's sending off her dart at it.
Cool.
And that's
You're
with
gonna die.
disadvantage. Disadvantage, I rolled 2 6s. Okay.
For a total of?
For a total of 21.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So
Yeah.
it's crazy high.
It's 15.
Yeah. So I'll tell you guys straight up, the armor class of this guy is 16. So yeah, that definitely hits. Good. You feel bad. You feel bad.
I only rolled a 1, which is only 9.
This is not our fault, Joe. You did
It's
this.
probably fine.
Sneak attack. You have an ally within 5 feet.
Wait, is Gerard always her ally if she's riding him? That's amazing.
Yep. It's 5 feet against the attacked, not the attacker. But yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You have spare the dying, right, Lorianne?
I'm not there.
Oh no.
But yes, I do.
Oh no, I rolled really good.
I have cure wounds.
Oh no, I'm killing.
Oh no.
16,
Oh, no.
17, 18, 19,
Oh
20,
no, I'm
21,
killing.
24, 29.
Oh no, she really
29?
is killing.
Is it really 29?
29?
That is exactly the amount you need. How do you want to do this?
Oh my god.
That's
Describe
amazing.
it. Kayla, describe it. I don't
Hey,
know
Kayla?
who this is, but...
Hey,
Describe
Kayla.
it.
Describe it.
She's still sitting on Gerard's back, coughing her head off, trying to breathe, just grabs the dart and goes like this, not even looking at what she's sending it off at, just towards it, and it zooms past Milo and just into this creature's head. Knocking it down.
Whoa, wait a minute. This, I'll tell you, stylistically, this creature does have death saving throws. So maybe not through their head.
I mean, you can look in the head. Look. We have a nurse right there. You can hit someone in the head and they don't die.
You can stab somebody in the
Or-
head.
No.
They don't have to die.
Okay,
It's true.
through
It's
their head is a little more.
Rue, you still can, all right?
Not through.
Just don't take it out.
It's going. It flies on its own, so it's going for the head, but it gets
Well, it's like it
confused by the
blows his
fog
brains
and like
out.
hits like the shoulder or something.
Okay. If you want to hit in the head, I'm totally fine with that. I
I
think going
don't-
through the head might be
I don't.
She
permanent,
just
permanent
listen.
problems.
Listen, DM. She's just trying to give it some flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some
but she
flavor
knows
flavor.
what it is.
Kayla's like, no, look, I know what this is, and
I
I
think
feel
I
bad.
know, and I do
But
feel bad.
It goes
Is
through
there
the
a
head, we see
reason
some
Huxley's
brain
standing
matter.
there and not doing anything?
No. Like stylistically, they just like they didn't react quick enough.
Or he's bringing people to the grove still.
Yeah, but I will tell you, Kayla, that is a good point. Incredible. So there's actually a very light thud. As this creature is not very big. As you see it hit the ground, and you hear Huxley immediately yell out, "Gotta be fucking kidding me!" As this little
As soon as it goes down, Milo's gonna like pass the guard and like go start swinging.
Do you feel strong, Kayla?
So, what you see on the ground is this little sort of thin humanoid. I say humanoid, almost goblinoid type of creature. Thick black, like dreaded hair. You see that it had this like sort of like wooden sort of plank shield, and this quarterstaff that has now gone down from its green sort of glowing to nothing. Do you see this figure?
We all
Look
realize.
Look at it, Kayla.
No.
I feel
Look
like
at
when
it.
everyone realizes that it's just this
Aw.
cute little thing. Twiggy looks from Wilbur's fur like and looks at Saren like, how could you do this again?
I would say in the same moment we see this person be revealed, and I see that Milo's going to swing on him, I would block it with my halberd.
Milo's going
Like-
for the head decapitation.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
just
You might as well tell her his name.
This thing's
Hang
my
on.
size, and it poisoned my friend. I don't care. Fuck him.
Yeah. Kill
Hang
it.
on.
Jamie, kill it.
If somebody stops
it.
me, I'm gonna stop
Do
it.
it.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Yeah. Okay, Guar. So you block Milo from doing,
Yeah.
as Huxley kind of like takes a step closer. Yeah, I guess I owe him one. This guy's okay.
Okay, but he
He's-
like made Saren choke and not
Yeah.
be able to breathe.
Yeah, well, he's kind of an idiot. Can someone...
Well, I'm kind of an idiot, and I've never made her not be able to breathe. I
Fails his first death saving throw.
cast Cure Wounds on him.
I'm just kidding. He succeeded. I just wanted to make you feel bad.
You're like, I rolled a 1. He failed 2 death saving throws.
He failed two death saving throws, and Milo tried to
Accidentally
contest
stepped
that
on
roll.
him. Crit.
You see this creature. Actually, I'm going to pause here because there'll be a lot. Cool. We go to Eldrin, walking with Cylindra.
Walking with a traitor.
We don't know. I mean, I don't
Oh, we
trust
know.
her, but we know.
Jesus, Eldrin is on one.
You are following along what looks to be this like this deep sort of crack into the earth that is getting thicker as you're getting closer. You see up ahead there looks to be actually I wanted to I really like just a quick moment above works. I think it was Brandon that was like, "Oh, that destruction doesn't look that bad." Yeah, dude, this is one small. Like, I can't fit the entire thing of what happened in this session image, but this is
Why can't you?
specifically. Yeah, I know. I guess yeah. This is specifically what you see as you see there is this kind of like high wall that You see the crack kind of like goes through and seems to split this sort of like wall in two, as it's a cliffside. Some people said it was a mountain in the chat, not that big, but a hill sort of side, maybe only about 150 feet tall. But yeah, cracked along the sides, and you see that just before that area, there's actually a spot. I was going to say, give me a nature check.
Okay, let's see. I'm not a nature boy like Wilbur. I have a +0 to nature.
What'd you get, nature girl?
5.
Cool. You notice that there is what looks to be like a little bit more of like a black, like sort of like soot like texture around this area where Solyndra stops. It would be here.
Okay.
Originally he fell from there, and that was when the rest of the party descended upon him.
Okay.
Looking through, it's like you don't see a bottom.
Okay. Well, I look around. Obviously you want to find him, correct?
It is on the task list amongst trying to save as many souls as possible. Admittedly, all the time that we're spending now could be used elsewhere. As I said, there is someone who is trying to find it.
Okay. Well, thank you for showing this to me. I will do what I can. You don't need to stay.
I sense some hostility here. Forgive me, I have not been blessed with the natural understanding of why those on the material plane feel or do, or feel the need to let their emotions get the best of them. Is there something I've done wrong?
No, you're fine. I apologize if I've had a rough day and I am not in a good mood. It has nothing to do with you.
I understand. If you do happen to venture down, I would just offer I get from your appearance that you are, as I've said, very familiar with what the depths of this earth can do to a creature. If you do travel down there, might I suggest following the same caution?
Thank you for the advice.
Fate has taken many souls tonight. I wouldn't want yours to be taken in vain. She floats off.
Okay, when she's gone, I turn to Noros and I say, I have an idea, but it might be a little overkill for this situation, but, and I'm speaking in primordial, and I say, but things seem very odd right now with her, and I feel that we need to find Cavish to get the answers that we need.
Is she a ghost?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, just, I feel like I'm the only one that was weirded out by seeing through her.
Yeah. I've been compartmentalizing a lot of things today, so I kind of like filed that away for later.
Yeah. Elgin, I hate to say it, but she does have a point. There are other bodies, but I don't want you to do anything that would put you in danger.
I won't be in there per se.
Okay.
But I can locate whatever is in there and then come back and we can figure out from there how to retrieve the body.
Okay.
Or bodies.
Just don't. Just don't, be careful.
Okay, I will.
I'm gonna run back and just try to do what I can,
That's probably good. I'm gonna disappear for a few hours. Or as long as it takes.
Okay, but you're gonna be safe.
Nothing on this plane can touch me, so yes.
Okay. All right. You say some really creepy shit sometimes, honey.
I grab him for a second and kiss him, and then just let him go on his way.
All right.
And
truly alone.
All right, I want to. This might be stupid, but I've wanted to try it, and this feels like a good time to do it. I jump in. No, I cast etherealness, and I am on the ethereal plane and can see anything up. I can see within 60 feet of me in like all directions, and I can move up and down in any direction. It just will cost extra movement, but I want to look around in this fissure on the ethereal plane for Cavish's body. I won't be able to touch it or interact with anything on the material plane, but hopefully there's nothing on the ethereal plane that will not want me there and will be mean to me, but we'll see. It's
I'm reading through it now.
Okay.
Through objects you perceive of the plane you originate from. Oh man. Okay, cool.
And to make it worth it, because it's a 7-level spell, I'm not just looking for Cavish. I'm gonna see what else I can find that would. If
of
there's,
course.
I'm sure there's more bodies under here.
How fucked up would it be for you? It's like, hey, you don't find them.
Yeah. Or after 5 minutes of doing this, you found them. You're done.
You found him. Yeah, he was right there.
He wasn't even in the hole if you just looked a little further.
Yeah, he's just holding onto the edge.
Hey, help!
He's actually shouting, "I'm not dead.
Yeah.
I'm quite all right. I'm just over here.
Please grab my hand, please.
Grab my good hand."
And then Eldrin disappears. He's like, "I'm dead, I guess. All right."
I feel happy.
I like to go for a walk.
I'd like to go for a walk.
But I also, Eldrin's thinking too, because this thing lasts 8 hours.
Yeah.
Unless she ends it. So she's not planning on spending the whole 8 hours, because that would be ridiculous. But she also is kind of thinking of, depending on what she finds, technically she could walk the whole grounds in the ethereal plane and see what she wants to see and see if she catches anything or anyone talking about things that they don't want you to hear.
Yeah.
So, but we'll start with Cavish. We'll start with him.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're gonna see what you see along the way.
Yeah,
so,
see what I see. I find fossils.
I will say this. I'm gonna say disadvantage because I think with the space that Eldrin's in. Yeah. Give me a perception check. This is for before you go in with disadvantage, before you actually cast a spell even.
Okay. With disadvantage, that would be 22. I have a +9 to perception.
Okay. With a 22, actually, I'll do this. We'll do this by the book. Hold on. Hold, please.
This is so like Eldrin. She's in a bad mood and she just goes to a different plane to get away from
Yeah.
you guys.
There's no way to get more hidden than that. Okay, so yeah, not a specific. Doesn't even. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Awesome. You get the feeling that you are being watched.
Okay.
But not on the ground. Up above.
Okay. So above me. I'm still gonna do it.
You got it.
And it's my first time doing this spell, so it's exciting.
So you cast Theodos. Go ahead and tell me, like, yeah, it's first time cast a spell. What does it look like when you go into this?
Well, I feel like it starts like maybe like a shimmer, and then I completely disappear from this plane. So yeah, I would say like a shimmering. So it's not just like, oh, she cast invisibility. You can tell that I'm casting something that's stronger than that, I guess, or like
Yeah.
And then it's just like suddenly just like a disappear, and that's it.
Cool. Yeah, I feel like with invisibility kind of having like a very like quick like gone.
Yeah.
There's this like sort of like where you actually see you even start to like kind of like
in and out like of.
Yeah, like you even like start to kind of like sort of like float down in your current state and then disappear. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. I gotta roll some stuff. Elgin, roll me a perception check and a medicine check and a nature check.
Okay. All right, so this is perception.
Those are all so bad.
25.
That's amazing.
I'm gonna use my inspiration to reroll my medicine. Okay, it was one more than what I had before. Okay, and then nature. Okay, so I got 25 for perception. Medicine is a 12, and nature is a 10.
So, just mark it down. Perception 25.
Mm-hmm.
Nature 10.
Medicine 12.
Medicine 12. Okay.
Can I guide myself on any of those?
I'll give it to you on the nature and medicine.
Okay. Where's my...
Actually, you're able to take your time. You're not even like really. Yeah, we can put it on all of it.
Okay. So do I roll 3 guidances? Like,
it's up to you. I'm good either way.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna roll 3 because the first thing I rolled was a 1 and I didn't like it. So the 1 goes to my nature.
You want the 1 to go to your nature?
Oh, I can choose which one. That's what I was doing. Okay. So the 1 goes to my 25. So that's a 26, and then I got a 2.
I mean, if you're gonna cheat.
2. So 14 and 12. So 12 for nature and 14 for medicine.
Cool. All right. So as you come down into this, there's moments with your nature check. It's hard to tell whether or not this was like sort of like a natural sort of occurrence. Like what did this come from natural effects of like something, something trying to get out and therefore the earth sort of moved to let it out, or if this was some sort of if there's any sort of like arcane sort of residue sort of from this. With a 12, you're unable to determine for sure, but it does look like this is something that is more of in the way of something trying to break free.
Okay.
As you start to go down, you also recognize, like, with the expanse of how long, I mean, these stretched for miles. It was, a day, at least a day later was when you heard it. So like this is a massive sort of place to explore here. But going from the specifics of where you're at, with the medicine check of 14, you notice that there are roots down here that, it's very, obviously it's extremely dark, but we'll say with your pretty high perception of this, the
my dark
roots,
vision.
Yeah, the roots down here. Well, stylistically, the tricky part of this is actually explaining the coloration. That's the kind of the weird thing here. But we'll kind of like lean into it. Yeah. The roots that are here seem to be darker and thicker than, even with some of like the bigger sort of trees around. It seems like they're odd, and you have this sort of like feeling that there's a possibility that they don't seem like they're coming from a they're going in a direction, right? But the direction is down and north, and you kind of came up from the north, so it looks like it was probably actually right kind of where the wall sort of started from that crack. And it seems like it goes pretty far down instead of going up.
Does it look like something a druid could have done? Like casting vines down or something?
It's possible.
Okay.
I think with, as you start to continue down, you don't see any sort of like, as you go down, 2 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes. You still don't see a bottom. So you're miles and miles down now at this point, and you notice that the only difference that you see here is that the roots themselves seem to grow thicker, and they seem to be leaking something. The liquid from it seems to be dark, kind of having like almost just like a from how from how low down you are, like all the light is gone, so what you see is what looks to be like kind of like a black sort of liquid. Now with your medicine check, I'll tell you that doesn't seem like it's necessarily blood.
Yeah. It also says for etherealness that everything I see is gray.
Okay.
Because I'm on the ethereal plane, just if that helps. Yeah.
Um,
It's like I'm watching a black and white movie.
yeah. I assume you travel further down.
Yeah. And I'll travel further down, and at some point, if I'm trying to see if there's an end, because that's probably where a body would have gone. And then I would like fan out, if that makes sense.
Yeah. From the distance of where you're actually at, the interesting thing is that if we said that the body fell here, then if it hit the ground, it would have to be directly down, right? Like even if it kind of like, it's no good way to say this, even if it seemed to like hit certain things on its way down, it wouldn't have gotten a far distance. Give me an Arcana check. Actually.
Okay. Can I guide myself?
Yes.
Okay. 19.
Okay. first thing you hear is this voice. Speaking primordial, but in a dialect that you don't necessarily recognize. You're only getting pieces of words. But it's deep, and it's echoing all over the cabin, so at first it's actually even really hard to hear, to distinguish the words. But you also hear something else. You hear this, like... It's like a static, but if it was really, really low-pitched. I'd say similar to, like... Sort of like similar to like how you would hear like a large vehicle starting up. This. You start to see a light. They'll say this far down, and with etherealness, you just see as black and white. You see a light extending around in a specific it's a large circle where it looks like you can see extremely like large glyphs that are written, that are like drawn around in what looks to be the bottom.
Okay.
You see a body in the middle. You see a much, much, much bigger body standing over it. I might have used one too many muches. About 9 feet tall.
Whew.
This figure,
Oof.
hulking mass. You see vines wrapped around this large body, seemingly not only, I say as you get closer, not only wrapped around him, but going through him. You're not entirely sure the race of this figure, but you see he's holding his hands out in front of the body of what you recognize to be Cavish. Lifeless. You hear him muttering words as if repeating this sort of like repeating these sounds over and over again, and you catch the word. You catch the word life. And you catch a word that in translation would be closer to like saying sap or steel.
Mm.
You see this large figure then slam his hands into the earth. And I have to roll to see what happens.
And this guy is definitely on the material plane, right? So
Yes.
I can't interact and he can't see me. Okay. Unless he had true sight. Or whatever that sight is that can see.
Okay. You see him slam his hands into the ground, and you see the vines that are wrapped around his body and through his body seem to extend out, connecting immediately to the sides of this cavern walls. You see it pulsing, as if it's pulling from something. And then you see him start to contort and shake. You see his hands pull up from the ground, but then feel like they're locked into place on both sides of the wall. You hear him start to yell and to scream. As I'm trying to find the nicest words to say this, his body starts to pull apart. You can tell this is not what was supposed to happen.
Okay. Do I see anything? Okay, because I'm on the ethereal plane, and do I see anyone else there?
You don't see anyone else there, but you see there's a moment where you actually see like what looks to be a part of him that is now reaching out.
Okay.
That now sees you.
Okay.
As he's looking up at you, trying to extend this massive hand out to you. I was wrong.
About what?
It's too late. As the scene goes to black and all we hear is this sickening crunch. And we'll pause you there.
Okay.
Well, shit. I really love that character, but I rolled horrible.
Fuck.
Was being very careful because I didn't want to necessarily have to, if anyone was having an X card in that moment, I would fully have respected that.
No, I'm fine.
Okay. Gross. I'm not fine. Here we go. Okay. So meanwhile, to another unconscious body that just kind of comes up. Ah. Ah.
Ah!
Huxley goes, okay, so he seems to understand some common, but definitely can't speak it. You see him like start to try to like get up. Does anyone restrain him at all?
I do.
Cool. Yeah, very easy to do. He's a tiny little guy. He's about like Milo. How tall are you?
Milo is 3'8".
So he's actually a little shorter than you. He's about 3.5 feet tall.
Okay.
You see him kind of like fighting, and you see him like he's giving the very these very like loud sort of like and tries to like bite at you.
I just healed you.
And then looks at Huxley. Yeah, don't.
I think he likes you.
He definitely doesn't. We're not hurting you. You're good. Saren, you recognize this figure from a vision you had.
I have a vision. When did that happen?
Long time ago. Last time you were actually able to have like any sort of conversation with your patron.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit. I forgot.
As you see, this figure continuously tries to kind of like fight against Guar, like just to kind of like let him go. In this cool. In this moment, you hear another like, and you hear Huxley like immediately go, "Everybody, cover their mouth." as walking out from the fog is this little like sort of like plant creature. Imagine something similar to like an oddish, but at the top of his head is a flower. As you see it kind of like come out, it does have eyes, but though they seem to be kind of like set in place as it is looking up at you, and you see these like spores kind of coming out from its body. And everybody covers their mouth. Huxley knew the deal on this, so Huxley would just be... Milo doesn't? Okay, Milo, give me a Constitution saving throw.
No. You can't be poisoned.
I'm immune to poison.
I don't care, give me a Constitution saving throw.
No.
No. Let him flex this.
Fuck.
If I'm already poisoned, do I get double poison?
Did you cover your mouth?
Yeah, I covered my mouth.
Then you're fine.
Shit, that was a 4.
A 4? Okay, cool. You take 9 points of poison damage, unless you're immune to poison damage.
I am immune to poison damage.
God damn it. Yeah. You would take 9 points of poison damage.
Yeah.
Huxley, who is this? What is this? And why have I seen him before?
Yeah, why not? He likes to go by Gutter, I've been told. He was... At a certain point, I was on a ship with a, and he's like explaining to everyone, but like Saren, you're like immediately like catching like you already got most of this. I was on a ship with a captain when I was beginning to kind of like learn how to be able to build and invent things, and I invented something that gave away a certain secret and position that caused a mass mutiny on the deck for someone else that we were doing a deal with. And, you know, everybody on that deck died, except for him. But he's forgiven me. You see Gutter is kind of like, get back.
I take off my ring of weight and I just put it on his chest. And so I can get my hand off him. So
wait, how much is the ring of weight weigh?
I think it's like 200 pounds.
Okay, just make sure it's not like 1,000 pounds.
Let me check inventory. Yeah, it says the weight increases to 200 pounds.
Okay, cool.
And then it reduces to 1 ounce when I put it back on my finger.
Cool.
Yeah, he's not getting crushed. But I just do that to hold him in place while I talk to Huxley. So he's forgiven you. Does that look like forgiveness to you?
He's like a wild boy. I don't know, man. There was a whole process in having a cannon pointed in my face.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, and the end of it was that he forgave me.
Is that I look at Gutter? Is that true? You forgave him. You forgave him.
Ha.
Huh.
You see the shrug of shoulders. So, what are the rest of you guys doing?
Ilo's got his quarterstaff pointed at the at Oddish.
At Oddish, yeah,
yeah.
Just doing that. Doesn't make a noise.
Actually, if he's not doing anything else, Milo's like spinning his quarterstaff, like blowing the spores away from everybody.
Nice. I will say at this point, Gutter kind of points to the ring and goes, yeah.
Will you stay here and talk to us? I look at
He's
Huxley real quick.
He's
He's
not
gonna
saying a
just keep
language.
making noise
Dude,
at
don't-
us.
Yeah, and you see Huxley just go like, dude, don't look at me. I don't know. I have no idea.
So I point at the plant again. I go,
Yeah.
I take the ring off.
You see, take the rings off.
Mhm.
You see him immediately kind of like scramble up, kind of grab his staff, and then just kind of like stands in a defensive position. As Huxley goes, "We're not the problem. It's fine. You're okay." And it's just, he's the worst person to say this.
So I'll try. We can be friends. Friends.
Yeah. Wow. It does like the same thing that Milo does with the stab. Just. Never mind.
And then I hold my hand up for a high five and I go, so you
And like smacks it with the staff.
okay, but like your hand, my hand, your hand.
He just smacks the staff on his own hand.
Close enough.
Saren, Wilbur, anything?
Is Raylor, like, has he walked up near Saren? I'm assuming.
Yeah, absolutely.
Marcos.
Rayler kind of walks up as he's
Yeah.
like kind of like wiping his brow from stuff that he's able to like just like, you know, the small stuff he's able to do. Okay, well, it's a little break. Oh God, what is that?
Well, it just poisoned me, and then I almost killed it, and
It's a child.
Huxley.
It's
Name's-
a child.
Its name's Gutter. Actually, I think this one tried to poison you, or did poison you, and then this one was like attacking in the poison.
Okay, sure, yes. Well, Riley did say that this would be possibly dangerous for us.
Also, I've seen him before.
Oh, okay, great. Well, then maybe he's not dangerous.
My patron showed me a vision of him when I asked them about, well, something I haven't got to explain to you yet, but,
No need. Okay,
don't know
Well,
what that means, but
so he's coming with us, right? And he's saying this out loud to everybody. Good.
No. I guess.
Okay. No, but yes. Saren
Well-
had was Saren trying to keep this like quiet?
a little bit, yeah.
No, I rolled a 3.
He
Um,
probably doesn't pick up on it.
Yeah. So, Saren had a vision of this being, this very being, and from her patron. So that's, you know, something that is an extremely important part of the religious life, religious, you know, practices of Valshai elves. It's of some religions, it's actually real. So it's very important that that we kind of abide by that. Especially at this point, clearly there's some, you know, larger work here. So, yes.
If he looks over at Sarah and she's just going,
What?
Okay.
I mean, I've just never heard you talk about a
Yeah.
patron. I mean, maybe it's super personal. That's a lot. But also, like, now this guy's special, and he's gonna.
I'm gonna go over here.
We have to be with him.
And he just mouths, "I'm so sorry." He walks off.
Raylord just mansplaining away.
yeah, I haven't been in contact with them that much, but when I asked about a certain deal that I can't talk about, I had a vision of this guy at the end of it.
Like you were supposed to take this one?
Ah, do that.
He seems relatively harmless, so I hope not.
You see Gerard respond in kind. You see, there's a level of like you kind of get a weird moment of like, there's more Bounder, kind of twice the size of Saren. So what, 3-4 times the size of this little dude? No fear in this dude's eyes. Like it's just like kind of like pulls back and like starts to kind of like round about from this more, and Gerard just kind of like starts to kind of move through it.
Gerard, don't hurt him yet.
Gerard backs down.
We're friends.
I
He's
scratched
not
Gerard's
gonna hurt
neck.
you.
Okay.
Bites her
Gerard
hand
kind of
off.
like, and then just kind of like leans into it.
Hey, Uncle Boy. Who's Uncle Boy?
Broomhilda comes up. Okay, so I heard all that. What are we doing with them?
I don't know. I think Saren's adopting a kid.
Oh, well, muscle tough, Saren.
Apparently she wants to be a parent. I don't know. It's a weird one to choose. He's kind of seems like a dick.
Goes and takes a swing at you, Milo.
Milo,
That's a nat 20.
I mean,
Sorry,
yeah,
man.
He
yeah,
can
that's, yeah.
understand common. Jesus.
You take we'll say 8 points of damage. 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right, Milo. At that, Milo, like jabs his quarterstaff at his feet.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Freaking quit! We're not fighting. Stop it!"
He throws his body at you and immediately starts to wrestle you.
Can
Now that's enough.
I pick him up off of Milo. So he's just going in midair, like.
So now he's just a pinata for Milo.
Now you need to behave. And I set him down.
Yeah, Milo kind of picks up.
Yeah.
Milo immediately responds with, good, yeah, hold him there.
Just hang on. You behave. And then I put him down.
That.
No, I know I'm not your dad. I think Saren's gonna be your mom. I think. What's happening with that?
I don't want to adopt the weird little guy.
I didn't think so either, but I was confused. Milo said that you were. I was like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
Gunnar, what are you doing here? Can you show us what you're doing here?
Takes his staff and points up towards the bridge and what's left. Bella Putty.
I think he said something about silly putty.
Guys, I'm trying to move this along. You gotta do something.
Does
I'm trying
Noros
to
come
talk the
at
whole
some
time.
point?
Yeah, I guess. I'm hoping you guys have a.
Eldrin's doing stuff.
Milo's pissed at this guy. Just doesn't like his vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Two different frequencies of chaos.
Wilbur, what are you doing?
like, I don't really know what to do. I feel like Wilbur's at a point where he's like, I feel like I should just be trying to find more bodies.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can just say like, okay, well, we'll deal with this later and continue on.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk away and just keep going through the rubble.
I keep looking.
Oh,
We lost Mike.
He looks so inquisitive.
He looks like he's about to scold the gutter.
Yeah, he probably is.
Yeah. I just look at him.
Well, assuming this might take a second for Mike, yeah, Saren, what do you want to do?
Well, it's not like we could take him to the Grove. I feel like that would be a really bad idea.
No, we'd probably barbecue all the wombats.
Yeah. Huxley? You know him. Do you want to just, like, keep an eye on him while we...
No,
Okay.
but
Great,
I guess I
great,
will.
thanks, Huxley. And Milo's gonna walk past Huxley and just leave the group.
You got it. Milo, you walk past Huxley. Where are you going?
He's going back to the rubble and just to like do something.
You see, as you kind of go back to that area there, you see that there is someone standing, looking down a body that you know to be one of the deceased. White hair, long elven ears. You can see the shoulders moving, giving the idea that he's sobbing. It's facing away from you.
Milo's gonna walk up and just kind of respectfully stand next to them and say, I'm sorry for your loss.
God, which one are you? Hold, please. There it is. You see the figure kind of turn in your direction. I didn't really know them. Hello, Milo. As you see Demora and Venrona standing above the body. And with that, we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.